Oh, welcome back. Hi, guys. Welcome back to What is This podcast? This is episode number 16, which is the first episode of our of season 2. I'm Victor.
I'm Pepper 5.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've spoken to you guys. We've been away. Pepper, where were we?
Personally, I was out there looking for money.
Wasn't the podcast
basically,
important?
I was just honing my entrepreneurial skills. So we just had to take a break and come back harder.
Okay.
As you can see, we have improved on our production value.
Yes.
So
definitely.
You'll be expecting better video quality, better audio, and well-researched topics. We're still working with the same team. Still working with Sandra as our producer, and also Michelle as our visual director.
Visual director. So right into it. Oh my goodness. So we're going to give a quick recap of the year that was 2018 because
No, you've not said what you are.
Oh, what was I up to? I was working on myself. I was finding myself. That is what.
So you were lost.
Yeah, I was lost for a while.
Okay.
But yeah.
We are glad you found yourself. Or have you been found even?
I don't know who's supposed to find me, but now here we are, and we are ready to go. And
we're glad we didn't lose.
Yeah, I'm also glad I didn't lose myself.
Right.
So now a quick recap of 2018 and
biggest topic 2018, in your opinion?
In the Kenyan industry in 2018.
Yeah.
Wow, 2018 was such a long year. But I think the biggest
topic, like
you go first so that you can refresh my memory.
Personally, I think it was the coming of the new age of the new sound. This is my theory.
Okay.
The new sound that has been greatly popularized by the Ethic bandwagon. And it has influenced a lot of people who are already in the industry, number one, and people who are coming into the industry. So I think that's the biggest topic. And then biggest topic of 2019 so far been play Kenyan music. Yeah, if I'm not wrong.
Okay, now that you speak of Ethic. But if for me, I think my biggest moment was the music that dropped in 2018 was mostly amazing. I think if we were to go by moments, I'm kind of mad that Sauti Sol didn't drop their album that they had promised.
I expected something like that to happen.
Yeah.
Because they were on tour. You saw like the tour dates.
Yeah.
And they were being on tour, it takes a lot.
And you're getting more money on tour.
Yeah.
So we can be mad, but it was from a selfish consumer standpoint.
But I'm 100% sure it will be out by this year.
Yeah.
By mid this year.
Okay. What else? Yeah, I think and also the coming of the new sound, because we saw a very big shift in the music scene in terms of how people produce music. People now want to make songs that will be viral on the internet.
Yeah, exactly.
So they
don't need a big budget to do that. So
and it's still
camera.
Yeah, and it's still on this year. Like we're seeing the music that has dropped, that is dropping, that people are making, and you know, and people are trying to capitalize on the internet. Even popular phrases on the internet are now becoming the buzzwords that are used in songs.
Yeah, we no longer need the radio.
Yeah. Oh, we do. Okay.
Not no longer. It's slowly phasing away.
Yeah, radio still plays a very small part in music consumption, but you know, in the urban centers, you probably don't need radio. But for the bigger artists who want to reach many more people, they still need radio, and radio is still very widely used in, for example, the rural areas. They still operate by radio pretty much. So there's still a space, but new age artists have realized that you really do not need the radio for you to succeed. And that brings us to where 2019 so far, where we I think just as a general music fan, it started off with such a crazy thing where the R. Kelly story in the US that broke. Well, it didn't break, it was just like given
that
more
has been
emphasis.
happening.
Yeah, it has been happening, and it was crazy, and it trickled down, and even when you come here, I don't think there has ever been such cases in
Generally
Kenya.
speaking, let me tell you something. You said you don't think there has been such
I,
cases.
I or at least I have not
But
heard of any.
they,
Let
they
me
do
be
happen.
careful.
Let me
Yeah.
bust your bubble. They do happen, and in the not even in the music industry only. They do happen even in the entertainment industry, be it movies, even in the corporate world. They
The
happen.
corporate world,
So
I know that one. I am sure.
it will be a sin to assume they don't happen.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Especially if you're a female in the industry, you will go through a lot.
True,
Trust me.
true.
So I don't want to talk about
No,
R.
I don't
Kelly.
want to talk about that shit.
R. Kelly.
But I'm just saying how
Personally, R. Kelly, I don't want to talk about him. I mean, he's a musical genius.
he's he.
He's a musical genius. Someone who wrote for Michael Jackson songs.
How many people wrote for
Come
Michael
on,
Jackson?
relax. We don't wanna go down that road. That's a musical genius, and you can't say the R&B without. I mean, there was someone saying the R in R&B is not for R. Kelly, but I don't know how sure that. I mean, I don't know how accurate that is. So I think even it happens in Kenya.
Yeah, okay.
I don't want to name drop, but you know.
Yeah.
The Gafla has been putting people
On the spot.
for
I think
such tendencies.
Oh no. Of course, I mean the entertainment industry is such a power hungry industry. So you'll find that the industry players and the people in positions of power abuse their power more often than not, and
Yeah.
that is evident in across all sectors of society, whether be it government, be it sport, be it the arts, be it the corporate world. Everywhere there is an abuse of power by the people in power, especially when people are where there's a tyranny. People tend to do that, and unfortunately most of the people who become victims are women, and I think it's good that such things are happening, because now conversations are beginning to be had
Be
about
sure of
all
what you're
this.
saying. It's good that such things are happening.
No, yeah, the R. Kelly documentary coming out.
Wait, what things?
As in the
document.
like such things. I'm saying such things like so the conversations are being had now, and people are beginning to open up about what is happening and what women go through. Even because with this, even you will see on the streets of Twitter, and even Kenyans are just like, yo, this shit happens all the time. You niggas ain't shit.
The Me Too movement.
Yeah.
It's called the Me Too movement.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Those things are happening, and then now and then now there was I don't know. It was Nyashinsky who started play Kenyan music.
I think it's Calligraph. I don't know.
It was Nyashinsky, then
It was
Calligraph.
Nyashinsky?
Yeah, then Calligraph,
Oh,
and then now it blew up from there. And so all of a sudden,
I mean, I'm a shuja in that department because actually the previous weekend
Yeah.
I was attacked. Not one, not two, not three, and I'm talking about being attacked.
Okay.
I was being told
physically.
like verbally.
Okay.
I was being told I am a fake. I'm fake supporting Kenyan music.
Wow.
So I don't know.
You don't know what does that mean?
So we had this discussion. So I was open to discussion. I told them, why don't you think that Kenyan music is good? And they were like, the delivery, the content. And then I was like, okay, do you know what Wizkid says in his music? And then they were like, no, his music is okay. Let's not give an example with Wizkid.
Okay. So
I'm
what?
like,
Okay, what example do you want us to give?
Okay. They were giving an example of Lambalolo, the ethic guys, and they were saying that Lambalolo is vulgar. And then I was like, okay, have you listened to Cardi B? Have you listened to Cardi B? Like, have you listened to her songs and what she says in her music? So you can't say content. Come on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's first of all let's just date that. I mean that
you
let's
can
end
say-
that content argument. First of all,
I
there's
mean-
no such thing as
There's a song by Wizkid where he just sings a certain word. I'm not gonna say which song is it. All through. Okay, not all through. He has a verse
And then-
he sings it again.
yeah.
Even Davido. I mean, I enjoy the music, but we have better to offer.
I don't
Sauti Sol-
enjoy their music.
Sauti Sol writes
Love
lyrics-
songs only.
Lyrics.
And it's only
Like-
love songs. I mean, let's
No, they have
dissect.
conscious music.
Let's
Tujiangalie.
name another one.
Aye, come on. They
Yes,
have
exactly.
They have Aya Nerea. That's not a love song.
Okay, but my thing is,
Sauti Sol
most of the songs,
versatile.
all the songs that they released last year, apart from Tujiangalie, were about love. And if you're trying to tell people that there's no content in Kenyan music, look at the biggest artists. All they give you is songs about love, and now you want.
Okay,
You
personally,
you
I
want
agree with you on that.
diversified content, but yet the biggest people in the industry that you cherish, that you say,
The
I don't
biggest
listen.
song last year was not even about love.
By
Ethic.
Lambalolo.
Yeah, that was the biggest song last year.
That's
Come on.
that's not
Where
about
have you
love.
been living?
That's not about love.
No.
Oh my goodness, that's about love.
Nah.
How?
I don't know how you define love, but that's not about love.
Ushai is asking a serious question.
No.
Uh,
That's your theory.
okay.
And it's okay.
But-
It's
okay,
okay
but
to have an opinion.
the content argument I think has been dead for a while now, because you cannot argue for the lack of content in music, because people make music that reflects their
You feel
own.
like you're against the play Kenyan music.
No, I'm not against it. I'm just.
Then why are you saying we don't have content?
No,
Besides
I'm
love?
saying no. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if you went through the hashtag, if you went through the topics online, people were discussing about it, and people were saying Kenyans don't have content. That's why I only listen to A and B, and mostly it was Sauti Sol, and that's why I'm saying Sauti Sol mostly sing about one thing, and that's not enough content by any means, you know.
Yeah.
And so somebody we everybody knows how Kenyans like to party, and so if that's all we do and that's all we make songs about, why don't we do other things and make songs about them? You'll find people who make music about this. Of course, it's a matter of preference. It's not a matter of content. It's a matter of preference, because I even got into an argument with somebody who was talking about Calligraph and that song called Stick, and saying that
Which was
Kenyans.
out last year and we reviewed the
Yeah.
whole album. Check the link in the
The
description.
So the song was released. I mean, he was saying that Kenyans want their songs to be played, but they're singing about nakuja kupiga stick, and then I'm like, yo, that's what he feels like, and that's what he'll sing, and you're nobody to tell
That's
him
what
not
Migos
to
sing about all the time.
to not to sing that, and then he went on to mention that Rayvanny and Harmonize and a few other people, but those are the only two I got. And I'm like, even those guys, all they sing about is sex. What's the difference?
I mean, sex sells.
It's a matter of preference.
Sex sells.
It does.
Let's just put it there.
It's a matter
Sex
of
sells.
preference. It's not a matter of.
They found
content.
something that was working for them, and they did it.
Yeah, you see. And
Anyway, so I think we should run down.
in the light of play KE music that whatever
Yeah.
President Kenyatta asked Big Ted, who is I think communications.
Personally, I think Big Ted is a sellout.
Why is that? Expound.
Okay, yes, he's done a lot for the industry, but with his links to
State House.
the State House, we should not be having musicians still complaining about MCSK royalties, radio play. I mean, South Africa has a 90 to 10% rule. Like the radio stations play 90% of South African music.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? So with Big Ted having, like, I'm sure he has Uhuru Kenyatta's number.
He works in State House.
So he has him on dial.
Yeah.
So he can call the shots, right? That's why I think he's a sellout. Although he's been there for like, how long has Uhuru been the president?
Since 2013.
2013, yeah?
Yeah.
And nothing has happened.
That's six years? Yeah, 6 years.
Nothing has happened. So, I mean, Big Ted,
But,
changamka. That's what I'm saying.
But I think
So, what do you think the conversation will be?
I don't know, because okay, now this is off of a tangent, but the president can only do so much, you know. It's a matter of he is the political leader of the country, and so it needs to come down to politics and legislation. And
I mean, if the president says right now we need 90% of music played in our radio stations.
Yeah.
You know that will be a law.
No,
You know
it
that?
won't.
Yes, it will.
A presidential decree.
No, okay, not that he can influence.
He can influence, but he
influence-
can't make it into a law.
He can influence that decision. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, but
You
that's
get?
that's why I'm saying there's only so much he can do, because all he can do is influence, and he can tell the MPs like, yo, this is play,
Okay.
make a law that
another thing
stipulates
he can
this and
do,
that.
He can make it easy for artists to record in the open. Like, I'm sure drones are not allowed, and they get it for security purposes. However, it's really hard for you to fly even a drone in a private residence. Yeah. You see, that's making hard for artists to record quality videos.
Yeah.
See, and all the licenses you need to acquire to get a permit to shoot a video.
Yeah,
It's hectic,
it's very hectic.
Looking at someone who doesn't have a budget.
That hurts not only the music industry but also the movie industry. Have you watched Inception? Directed by Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, Inception by
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, I've watched it. But I never understood anything.
Nobody understands anything from that movie. But there was a scene where they were to go to Mombasa. And actually it starts, when it's starting and it says Mombasa, and somebody reading
They actually
Taifa.
record it in Somali.
No, in Morocco.
Morocco.
Yeah,
Okay.
it says there's a bottle of Tusker there, and there's Taifa Leo, somebody reading Taifa Leo, and they're speaking Swahili,
What?
but they can't come to Mombasa because it's so expensive to shoot
there.
in Kenya.
Exactly.
There's a movie, I don't remember its name, but it was a basketball movie that was shot, that was, a part of it was shot in Kenya, but most of it was shot in South Africa for the same reason,
Yeah.
that there are no... The White Masai was also shot in Kenya and also shot in South Africa. Like, they're supposed to be shooting all those things here because it's Kenyan stories, but it needs, the legislation needs to happen, and on top of legislation, enactment of the legislation.
Okay, I think we should run down what people should expect this season.
From us. Oh yeah,
From the team. We actually have a growing team.
Yeah.
We added some new members to the team, and we should expect better interviews.
More better or
More
interviews.
Interviews to start.
Period.
Because we never did any interviews.
Yeah.
Last season. We should expect more interactive content.
On
Follow
our
us on
YouTube.
all our socials, by the way.
Yeah, and what is this poll on Instagram and Twitter, and also on
If you know
YouTube,
if
yeah.
you want anyone to come on our show, just comment wherever.
Yeah, hit us up.
Hit
You
us
can
up.
even hit us up personally and tell us who you want to see on the
Or if you're an
podcast.
artist and you watch this, we are open to new people.
Yeah.
So,
That, what else?
that's all.
And a lot more fun. You can tell we are a bit dapper down because it's kind of our first episode.
Me personally, I lost my voice over the weekend.
What are you doing so that you can lose your voice?
I was out. I went out. So I don't know what happened.
I
I lost my voice. I think I was shouting a lot, and then in the morning, I never had my voice. So that
are you
happened.
good? But now you're here and you're
No,
recording.
by the way, have you followed up on the Octopizzo story?
Oh yeah, okay. So the Octopizzo story. So this story, okay. The incident itself happened on Thursday last week. That is, I don't know what date that is. Thursday last week, and so a family. Okay, let me read this tweet from KTN Kenya. It says, a family at Nairobi's Woodley Estate says Octopizzo assaulted 19-year-old Kenneth Abom on Thursday afternoon, forcing him to jump from the 4th floor of their building, leading to his death. Now, Octopizzo is inside.
First of all, send our condolences
to the family of the bereaved.
We don't wish anything, even on our worst enemy.
Who is it?
However,
Okay.
how is Octopizzo even in the country? I thought he was a US citizen now.
Okay, so, but as the story goes,
First, someone who had won, top 5 hottest albums
Last year.
getting such bad publicity
yeah, but
is really From what I got from that story, it was a home invasion.
Okay.
And I mean, you have to protect yourself at first. Like, even if you found someone in your house, of course, you won't say, here, have a cup of tea.
Yeah.
Let's sit down and talk.
Yeah.
So you'll be confrontational.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Definitely.
So, I don't know. That guy is from Strathmore. Yes.
Yeah.
However, I don't know why they're trying to say it's Octopizzo's fault. Although maybe that guy he felt bad for himself and did what he had to do.
Okay.
Did what he did.
But it says that he was beaten, and then that's when he had to run away.
He was actually cut with a machete.
And that machete has Octopizzo's fingerprints on it.
Yeah. So even though maybe the autopsy report comes back and says the guy died from falling from a high or a high building or whatever. However, he still had scars. I even saw a photo of him bleeding.
Okay, before.
Yeah, he posed for a photo.
Yeah.
So he succumbed to his death on Saturday.
But I think the thing that I was wondering yesterday while I was following up on the story is who is Octopizzo's lawyer? That is what I kept wondering. You should tell him to keep quiet.
He never spoke on it.
He did. He was interviewed on KTN, phone interview. Like he shouldn't do that. As in, if it's an open investigation and you're the prime suspect, you should just keep quiet and let your lawyers work.
People say if you have anything to hide, that's when you don't speak. But since he has nothing to hide.
But we are still in a country governed by the rule of law where you're innocent until proven guilty. I think no, if
you have a lawyer.
no. No, if you have a lawyer, they'll tell you to keep quiet and not talk about an open investigation involving you. You might say some. What do they say? Anything? Okay,
but you realize this guy is a diplomat, right? And he won't face any charges. You know that. Maybe assault. Maybe just assault. I
hope he whatever the story is, I hope he didn't do it or he didn't cause his death, because it can be if the prosecution wants, they can twist it to something like involuntary manslaughter or
I never got why he needed bouncers. That's what I never got.
Octopizzo is a celebrity.
No, right after the incident, he hired bouncers.
It's crazy. The family might want revenge. So it's kind of. But we are watching as the story unfolds.
Yeah.
We are watching and we'll report more on it. But I don't know. It's kind of sad that I hope. First of all,
it's sad.
It is sad.
It is sad.
I first of all, my condolences to the family of Kenneth, and I hope Octopizzo had nothing to do with it. And that being said, I just want to hear Octopizzo's music after this, if it's not true. If all this is not true. So we'll have to wait and see what happens.
Yeah.
What music are you looking forward to this year?
This year I'm looking forward to more ethic. They have international albums coming out soon.
True.
I'm looking forward to more Brian Naja. I'm looking forward to like anyone new, like New Nairobi. I'm looking for You've heard this Beatty? You've heard her?
Yeah.
She got sponsored by Mr. Easy to shoot a video. I don't know.
Empower?
Yeah, Empower.
Next week we'll talk about beef that has been brewing in the underground rap scene that have been following closely.
We have a lot to talk about.
We have a lot to talk. This is just the introductory.
I'm open-minded because when Epic came out, nobody knew about them.
Yeah.
So whoever has good music, you keep releasing
it. We can already tell which song is about to hit next.
Personally, my favorite artist currently, the up and coming, is Nelly the Goon.
Ah, yes.
That guy has no bad songs.
Really?
Yeah.
He was part of Electronica Circle, right?
No, he wasn't. He was just an independent artist.
Okay. But
Electronica Circle were two guys, and they were DJs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Steph Capella is releasing an album.
Oh.
I'm looking forward to Jua Kali, who said he's releasing an album this year. I'm looking forward to Shinsky. should
There's
release
no
an
album
album.
coming from Nations.
Oh my goodness, I killed that guy the whole of this year. Then what the hell is it? What do we need singles from him for?
It's working for him.
It's release an album. I still stand by the opinion that why the reason why most people say his music is trash is because it's alone. Kebs, for example, is such an awesome song that is so amazing in an album. You can hear it in an album, but you can't hear it by itself. Nyashinsky released an album.
Okay, you've heard what he said, yeah?
Nyashinsky released
So I
an
think
album.
we can wind up. For today, it will be a shorter episode.
Yeah.
Because we had to slowly
Rust, yeah, and
reintroduce ourselves.
and remove rust
because,
from
yeah. You know,
kutoa
teething
kutu.
teething problems.
Yes.
So,
but next week we'll be
next
back
Thursday,
with full on episode.
I mean, share our links.
Oh yeah. Oh, by the way,
Share with your friends. Share with anyone who listens to music.
subscribe on
Yeah.
to the podcast on iTunes, on
I mean, we are everywhere.
anywhere.
Is there
Yeah,
any platform you're not on?
I probably SoundCloud maybe, but we
Okay.
are working on
Besides
that.
we are everywhere.
Yeah,
So,
and then again, we have changed our format. We'll be dropping our audio episodes on Thursday, and the video will drop on Friday. So if you want to listen early, you can listen to us on
we'll also
Thursday.
be going live.
Sometimes, not all the times, and,
Yeah.
and more interviews. So
More interviews.
so see you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Goodbye.